Okay, so shite day, but no, I'm not gonna start like that. Let it out, man. Let it out.
World, your problem.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do it. It's not a podcast about our problems. Oh, we could maybe.
Better than chat with no one.
Anyway, look, let's get into it. Last day of the season just happened. We're back with the original group that started this. All the way from the Zoom to the studio.
Yep.
Greg's first time in the studio.
Yeah,
obviously
made the journey.
he's made it
What do you
back.
think? Do you like it?
Loving it, mate.
It's nice,
Cool as
isn't it?
anything.
It's smart as
What,
fuck,
what an
man.
upgrade.
More
Great-
professional.
Great upgrade from Mandy Cannon's living room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little harsh about
It's a
it.
great upgrade from
Hey.
our living room.
Cup of tea though.
Yeah, it's be cup of
I
some
mind being in my wee box room, man.
Those-
Fucking box.
We are hood up in COVID isolation,
That
chatting
should
to the
almost
birds.
be illegal, yeah. I might have a word about fucking
Nicholas
social
said.
certain.
Hey, he's
Sorry.
swore again,
Sorry.
man. Sorry,
What's the
everyone. We
time?
warned him about this.
Right,
He just
we'll leave
loves
it a minute
using
in.
that word. About 20 seconds
We
in.
should all go
Just
through
cut
that.
that word out. You don't speak like that normally.
I'll try.
But yeah, so let's start with the last day of the season that's just passed. This is going to be the last football one. Not the last football one in the summer necessarily, but there's obviously it's kind of tailing out with the summer. But let's start with the last day of the season. I'm going to kick this one off because I normally like pass on to someone, but I'm going to kick this off. I was gutted on Sunday night lying in my bed looking at Twitter and that after everything had happened. I thought, Greg asked me on the way to Hobbes's, we went to Hobbes's to watch it, and he was like, honestly, out of 10, like, what are your ratings on us winning the league? And I was like, honestly, 7. Like, I'm optimistic for Liverpool to win the league. I was like, Coutinho goal in that, like, that just means when Villa went 2-0 up and it was Coutinho, you're like, that whole, like, it's written in the stars, like, it's going to happen, Stevie G, Coutinho. Buzzing, Liverpool get the second with Salah. You know, like, sweet Salah celebrates it as if he's just fucking won the World Cup or something. And then City literally go 2-1, 2-2. 3-2, and you're just like, fucking hell. It was a gutter, but fair play to them because it was unreal. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they were 2-0 down and that. They had to do it. Watched a bit of the overlap earlier. Neville was like, he was there at the game commentating. Pep was like, something to see. He was like, he texted Carragher at half time saying they're done. If you can get a goal, they're done. And he was like, out of nowhere. I think it was Gundogan came on, right? Gets that big header, and all of a sudden, that's what a top team does. So, where they ended up on 93, I think we ended up on 92.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else Liverpool have to do. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but that was kind of my
I was
emotions.
I was gutted, don't get me wrong, but only because of the way it panned out. Like, if they scudded Villa 5-0, I would have been like, oh, I expected it. Is what it is, would have been fine. But the fact that generally until in like the 75th minute, I was like, oh, it's actually like we're actually going to do it because I expected Liverpool to score. And I think that was only not the only reason because we didn't win the league, but that was the thing that made me gutted. Was like, it did actually seem like it could have happened, apart from a Stevie G slip up.
Another Stevie G slip up. What do you think, Matthew?
5 words to sum it up.
Okay, I'm gonna count them. Let's go. Let's all count them. Go on.
Tyrone Mings is a fraud. What is he doing for the third goal?
I'm not
Why
even
is no one
watching the highlights,
talking
not
about
gonna lie.
that? What is he doing?
Is that the one
not
that's
seen it.
tapped in at the back post?
Yes. No, but it's not. It's when it gets cleared to him, and no, he can clear it. But he absolutely shanks it. I think it's like to De Bruyne or something, and then lays it for someone for then it to get put back post.
They would have got a third anyway.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Can't blame that on Tyrone thing.
Tyrone Mings is a fraud. That's it.
Tyrone
Yeah.
Mings is up front. It's fine.
He's done well.
Clip,
I haven't-
clip
I
that
haven't-
up, so we'll send
I
it
counted
to
on
him.
my fingers when I was thinking of it under the table. I was literally like,
Lucky it wasn't 6 words, you would have got it.
You need to.
I'm not even watching the highlights from the weekend.
Neither
After,
I.
after that, I'm just
I
done with the Prem.
was rough as fuck watching it, and I was sitting there watching it like just feeling like absolutely I was so rough, right? And then when I seen Villa went 2-0 up, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like,
Yeah,
like, I was literally like, it's happening.
I was thinking the
And-
worst thing he could have done was good 2-0 up against Man City because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we are good for this. And I don't think Villa touched the ball for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't.
To be honest, I had some bird on Saturday night, and she was sleeping on the sofa when Villa's second goal went in, and I jumped up and screamed, and she fucking shit herself.
The first time she screamed all night.
But that was it, devastated. I totally perked up after that happened. I was like, it's actually happening. It's actually happening.
How did you think it was happening? Do you think Liverpool were going to win?
No,
that point.
generally, I was a bit in like, holy shit, like what the fuck's happening
Yeah.
here? See, when Man City actually scored the first and it went 2-1 and it was early doors they scored it, I actually knew they were going to win.
So did
It
I.
was really, really
As
weird.
As soon as they scored the
Like,
first one,
I
it was over.
actually lost all hope, and I was
Yeah,
like,
we all did.
Villa
as well.
went another 10 minutes without conceding. It could have been though.
Oh yeah.
As
Yeah.
soon as they got that one with that,
If they
much
made
time
it to like
left, it was
85,
like,
yeah.
I was literally like,
that's
this is.
I agree. As soon as they scored one, we were watching at Hobbit's, and as soon as they got one, I was like, me and Greg were like, it's done. And Hobbs was like, nah, have a bit of belief. I was like, nah, if they've got that, they've got the
with
momentum.
that
there.
team, you can't. No.
Gerard must have been gutted, eh? I
Yeah,
didn't
he
see
would
it.
have,
I
yeah.
didn't see any of his interviews of that after. Did he say much about it or?
I mean, again, I haven't genuinely have not watched a single thing from then. I was just like, fuck this, I'm done with the Prem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna forget about it and move on to the Champions League.
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
well.
a
I don't
thing.
want to talk about it much. To be honest, either. Like,
I
I did appreciate some of the Jack Grealish videos of him, Stephen. Though.
Yeah, after
Put
yeah.
it with 4 minutes all season.
what a
He's firing.
shambles of a parade as well, though. Eh?
I mean, again, didn't tune
Like,
into it.
I
It's not
fucking
tuned into
know,
it.
they can fuck right off.
You mentioned Stevie at Villa. I had that down as something we could maybe talk about. Like, what has everyone's thoughts? Scott, we'll start with you because obviously left Rangers. What's your thoughts been on Stevie?
The QPR in for Michael Beale. They've made.
Oh, really?
They've approached Michael Beale to come their manager.
Oh, not
Today.
even on the backroom staff. Actually, to be the manager.
It sounds like they've gone for
really?
Michael Beale to become manager.
Interesting.
Which, also, none of us have been in the back room, but all reports Michael's the guy that he is the football brain. Steve G's the man manager. He'll get the best out of the players. But when it comes to like tactics, setting up the team, and playing against different teams, apparently Michael Beale was his main man.
Fair.
So
Where are QPR? I'm a bit.
Championship.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
saying like yeah, I don't know
they,
where
they,
they
they're,
finished.
they're awful at the start of the season, were they not?
Does Trapp still play for them or not?
I don't think God's traps. No, I don't traps
Trapp
it.
called Donaldson.
Seen him in
Trapp
Europe.
called Donaldson,
Yeah,
moved to signed
We
to
were watching a
Falkirk,
game the other day and he was playing.
Yeah.
It's all Welsh boys.
No.
Continue the conversation on Euro.
Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't even hear it.
We'll do that part again.
Didn't even hear it.
It was playoffs. He's not playing for Sheffield United or something.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's playing for someone that we watched.
Who?
Adults Wrapped. Forget who it was.
Have you ever seen Warnock tell the story about him?
No, but go on.
Yeah, I think I have.
Nah, I'm not going to tell the full story 'cause it's a long story,
YouTube
but
it.
I'll send it to you. It's honestly, it's
YouTube it.
so fucking funny. He basically says it's the best player he's ever seen as well. But the way he describes it is funny as fuck.
Thing you were said, fucking.
Oh,
So
He wouldn't,
again,
wouldn't
man.
let him cross the halfway line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'll send
Have
it
you
to
seen-
It's worth it, like, it's
Have you
worth
also
it.
seen Warnock's got Twitter and he did like the whole like Oasis thing, like walk up to the camera to introduce
I
himself.
thought
he hashtags everything on Twitter. Hashtag social media. Hashtag.
I thought
Like,
he obviously needs fucking a career or money or something while he's. I thought it was quite shit though because you know when he done it with the QPR, you know,
yeah.
like that was like natural. He didn't actually mean it, so I thought it was quite funny. But now when he's actually doing it, I was kind of like,
He's on Talksport quite a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
I
He hops
mean,
on that,
he's quality. Right? He's a fucking legend, man. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
bad.
we'll revert back to the original
Yeah.
question. We got don't know how we got to Neil Warnock there, but Scott,
Uh,
Stevie G at Villa, Scott from Rangers. You
Just
obviously
let you know, Cole has signed for Falkirk. But
Cole Dawson
Signed
signed
for
for Falkirk.
Falkirk,
Congrats
yeah.
to Cole for signing for
Yeah,
Falkirk.
congrats,
Well
Cole.
done.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I don't know where else.
Send
so's,
us up
so's Liam Henderson.
Yeah,
the
from
boy
Arbroath.
Yeah.
Congrats, Liam Henderson. Don't know you,
Big day
but
for
congrats.
Yeah, big day.
Steve G. Villa. Mate, not a man. Who?
Genuinely, like-
I don't like. See, I can't. See when he left Rangers, what were Villa were doing? They weren't doing great, were they? They got rid of these.
No, they were.
But where they
I
are.
thought They, did alright.
They were like 16th. They were struggling.
Yeah, they were 16th. But they did not have a decent start in the season.
Get up.
I've
No,
got.
but I
I'll,
Because where he's finished, if they'd beaten City in the last day of the season, they would have had a really good strong finish. But I didn't realise.
Yeah.
I mean, they sacked Dean Smith. I'm pretty sure they were 16th. But to be fair, they didn't really like. He didn't exactly have a big turnaround.
Yeah, no,
From
no,
what
no,
I
no,
seen of
no.
Villa, they do all right one week and then absolutely terrible the next week.
Yeah, he really struggled to keep a clean sheet for the first few weeks. Remember that?
No
And
wonder.
Let's go Tyrone Zuffra. And he's only brought. He's had one transfer window. He's brought in two players. He brought in Coutinho and Callum Chambers today.
Coutinho's a great
Thing,
signing.
I can
And
see
Digne.
him. Yeah, Coutinho's on an unbelievable side, and to get him to
And
take a wage
Digne.
cut and Digne.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then give him a full summer. He's going to strip that squad to bits. I think
I think
he's got. They've got money. They're backing him big time in summer.
I've kept a bit of an eye on it. I think he's struggling on how to. I think he's got a lot of players in the same
Yeah,
good
what-
players
what
in the same
midfielders?
position.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really struggling. I don't know if you've realised he's started to convert to a diamond, and he obviously played. He played for diamond under Rodgers. Yeah, he did, right? When
He played in a diamond.
In
when
a
Brendan Rodgers- He
diamond,
played
yeah.
at the bottom of the
He
he
diamond.
played at the bottom
yeah.
of the diamond
Yeah.
that time when we had like.
Sterling.
I've
and all
realised
that,
that he's. So we had Coutinho at the time in the diamond. I genuinely think he's actually tried to base his team around
Think so.
Coutinho in that. See when Coutinho played as a 10 in that diamond
Yeah.
with Sterling and Sturridge behind, it was lethal, man.
If he can-
I think he's maybe tried to enforce that and it hasn't really worked. I think he's got a bit of an issue with Ings and Watkins. I don't know if he wants to play a 4-3-3, which he obviously did at Rangers, which was really successful. I think that's maybe his plan. I think you've got a bit of a dilemma with who you play there. I think he's tried to go with Watkins. He doesn't really score enough. It's not really worked, and he's kind of like Ings. But I don't know if Ings a goal scorer type thing. You've got the likes like you got likes of Coutinho not really produce. I mean, Coutinho he didn't really like produce, right? And then you've got Buendia coming in, and from the games that I've seen, Buendia comes in and has actually done better than Coutinho. So I think he's at a bit. I think it came at a good time where he can reset, have a pre-season, and go from there.
Yeah, he needs to figure out who's he's basing that round and what his team is. Because even Jacob Ramsey went off for a little bit, and you kept playing him.
Yeah, they've got a lot of centre midfielders. McGinn, that Nakamba, Ramsey, Douglas Luiz. Like I think he's got a bit of
just signed him.
I don't really know.
He needs to get rid of.
He needs to kind of like. I think he needs to. My view on it anyway. He needs to try and sort that out and try get a formation and philosophy and play from there.
Is that not maybe the point in what his thing was this season? Is like play around with that a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
Now, right.
He's tried and tested a lot of them. You've seen a lot and who likes who.
And
he said, were a little concerning though. No, like
he said that a couple of times in his things. And when I watched the match today, he's like called people out that like if you're not gonna like act up to this level, then you're basically gonna go, which is gonna be interesting.
It's amazing how if I feel like if maybe another manager came in and done that, they kind of get hammered.
Oh no, but it's
because of that feel like he's got a bit of a leeway here.
That buys you a bit of time.
I do feel like he does get a bit of a, which can be a dangerous game for him. I think. But
you're gonna say something?
I was just gonna go back to the Ollie Watkins, Dan Ings one. I genuinely think I don't really know who, but I think he'll try and sign a striker.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Between them both,
he needs to get rid of one of them then.
Watkins has looked dangerous last few weeks though.
He is a handful.
How many goals did he score this season?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Way more than he should have.
Way more than he should have.
Oh, he should have scored way more than what he did.
Is he not better off the left? Do you think he's better off the left?
I think he's better off the left. He's a tank.
Is he more of like a? You watch him though, and you see him. And
think of all the people that play.
He's fucking raw, and he's got everything, man. Like he's got. This sound a bit weird. He's got fucking big thighs. Like he's an absolute machine, man.
Yeah,
he's a handful to play against as well. He can go in behind.
Does he have like the quality to like assist?
He just doesn't score enough goals, and if you don't score enough goals,
so I mean, like I think
that criticism.
Like all the games I've watched Villa, they have chances, and every time, and we've obviously been through fantasy, and I had Watkins on my team for a long time, and then bombed him, and Granty brought him in, and of course he scores like 5 in a row. But I brought him out because I'm like, he's getting the chances, he's not taking them.
To be fair, he scored the year that he got beaten in the playoff final or semi-final, whatever it was. He got like 35 in the championship that season.
So I pull fantasy app up and see how many goals Ollie Watkins scored.
Delete the fantasy app.
Or just Google how many goals Ollie Watkins scored this season. But I think he has a bit of a dilemma there as well.
I do think he's got a bit of a weird one with the squad. I've seen him kind of with that diamond, it's not really worked. He's tried to them again. Luiz, Nakamba, Coutinho's not performed. He's brought on Buendia. He's actually done better than Coutinho. He's thinking, fuck me, like I'm spending a lot of shit on my money on this guy. We've obviously decided we're gonna keep re-signing him all this and shit. It's got a bit of I think he does have but it's like I said, it's come at a good time. With this pre-season, he'll be able to work that out. But I thought they were just quite flat at times,
inconsistent,
really flat and inconsistent. Like, they didn't really have that. Like
then you look at him, he's coming at a horrible time, taking over a team that's probably low on confidence.
I don't think he should be judged. I'll be honest, I expected a little more.
It's a huge step up from what he's been coaching.
Expected a little more, not a lot more, a little more.
Have they not just signed a fucking
from like Lyon or something like that? Bubak
meant to be shit. Abubakar. Is he a centre midfielder?
I think he is. Yeah.
Fuck, how many more does he want?
I think it could be.
I know he played centre midfield, but fuck me, Jared. You've got enough there, have you not?
Did you Google?
Surely Foot must be leaving.
Played 33 games, including 2 as a sub. He had 32 shots on target, 52 shots, 11 goals.
Yeah, see, that's not good enough.
Yeah, he's just hit double figures. Yeah.
11 and a half.
It's been an interesting one.
How many did you get for the Amis this year?
Great question. 4 maybe.
Fucking hell, man.
Not good enough.
18 assists. Did
you? Yeah, that wee playmaker award.
I prefer an assist than a goal.
Like Trent on the fucking assist.
No, I always have, mate. Swear down.
That's what someone says that doesn't score.
Something they can't finish. I love just sitting.
Yeah.
So true.
Can't handle the pressure.
True.
I prefer hitting the bar than anything. Man. It's such a good feeling.
Brentford. I put them down.
I like Brentford.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Brentford this season. They've come up. This is kind of actually going to link into. We can kind of tie both into this, but like, I think Burnley going down is the end of that type of team in the Premier League now. I think that's it. I think that's done. I think anyone that comes up now is going to be a Brentford, a Leeds, open, fuck it. Like, if we play we're going to play with high energy and we're going to get beat, but we're going to at least try and be difficult
Yeah.
that way to play against. And if we get, but only because I think football in general has gone that way, coaching wise. Like it's basically just like
I wouldn't really say Brentford come play open and that. Like, so if you remember, like me, like Brentford for me, like especially when they played us, they played with Tony and Bueno, however you say his name, and I just think they're direct. Like, I think they're quite similar to Burnley, just not in a 4-4-2.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think.
I think but I think off the ball.
I mean, a lot more. I mean, maybe a lot more expansive in terms of playing, but I honestly think they've been like they're quite direct.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I think like off the ball though, they're a bit more like willing to go in high press and stuff. If that makes sense. And Burnley are a bit happier to be like in a 4-4-2 low block. Whereas like I'm not saying Brentford won't be defensive, but I think Brentford's thought process of when they get the ball is like go forwards, and I still think teams like Burnley and that are like will try and keep it 0-0 until it's late on or 1-0 and try and nick something from a set piece.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that though.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying I think that's
against
the end
the
of that
team
team.
you're
I mean, they've got to the point where they're not doing it very well. I don't think with what you're saying, that's not necessarily wrong.
But who else plays it? But who like name me another team that you can pick that plays like that?
Plays
Plays like what?
Burnley.
Norwich?
Nah, they play fourth.
Huddersfield that are coming up potentially.
No, they all play.
When was the last time you watched Huddersfield play game of football?
That was
Calling
good.
you out for that, by the way.
They all play. This is my point.
Plays for Huddersfield.
Huddersfield 10 men behind
He's
the
got
back.
Huddersfield top on.
No, I get what you're saying. There's just me, like I don't like. So you're trying to say that like Brentford are just a bit more open and expansive, and
Open and expansive.
I mean they've got quality
think they
players.
like-
By
I
the way,
think-
they've
I
got
think-
quality players.
I think
You
they're
have to
meant-
add that into the mix.
I think the mentality of I don't know what just happened. I think
Big
the
cock.
So these actual
I don't actually know what's happened there. I don't know for some
You
recording.
can edit. You can we can
Maybe just go and hit
you
it.
can edit this out if you need to.
I can edit out. I think no, is it not just gone on like the screensaver?
Screensaver,
Maybe
yeah.
it's
just
like yeah.
wiggle it to see.
I mean, it's the lights are still flashing. Ah, we're still alive.
Sorry.
It's on.
Oh
Right.
But maybe not open and expansive. I just think their mentality is a bit more like
What do you not like about Burnley? Why?
There's
why
nothing I
about
don't-
Burnley?
I don't like Burnley.
there's nothing I don't.
Ah, fuck,
Well,
I hate
first of
Burnley.
all, they always take points to Liverpool. Secondly, nah. But on all seriousness, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that. Would you not agree they're still a bit of a throwback of like Barnes, Wood, 4-4-2 set pieces, tough in the air.
Yeah.
Burnley are.
Burnley
Yeah.
doesn't play for
And I
Burnley.
know, I know, but like you get my point. And I think now, by the way, they're saying that Vincent Kompany's taking that job. I don't know if anyone's seen
Really?
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's subject if they stayed up or not.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
Well,
But-
apparently they're fucked.
Yeah, but apparently like
They need to
they owe a
repay a
lot of
loan
debt.
of like
really.
65 mil.
Oh, what they in debt?
Yeah.
They need to
Honestly,
repay.
I think every
If they
club
get
is.
relegated, they had to repay a loan of 65 mil. So
And I
It's
think
big
there's-
getting relegated.
And I think they're saying that like the owners will use the sale to like pay the debt off, but not like contribute. Sorry, the parachute payment
yeah.
to pay the debt off, but not add to the squad. But then
Mm.
you're going to lose. You're probably going to lose.
Tarkowski's away.
You're probably
Someone
going to
else
lose
away.
your best players. So then,
He got offered a huge deal, didn't he?
yeah, he did. But anyway, just to round off my point, I think that's the end of that era of those teams.
Yeah, I know
now.
what you mean. I know what you mean. Football's definitely evolved, hasn't it? Like, it's definitely evolved. I think now to try and just to go with the times and how everything is going, how clubs evolve. I think like typically teams are just fully coming away from that now. I agree. I kind of agree with what you're saying.
To
I
be-
totally get what you're saying.
To be fair, give it like 3 or 4 years and a team will get promoted that play like that and they'll do alright because no team
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there will
yeah,
use
not-
it and
yeah.
they'll take points off folk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a great
I'll
point.
go for
They're
a
good too.
circle.
You have to remember as well, like even like with the Brentford thing, I think Ericsson coming in was huge. I mean, what a signing, man!
Aye,
big
I
boost.
think he's class, man.
Big
Like,
boost. Yeah.
and with everything he's gone through as well, it's a fucking insane story. But he's like, mate, he gets you a good amount of points. Like he seems to really suit it as well, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. Playing with two strikers in front of him, like
I
can't be huge, but he mustn't have been match fit. That he mustn't have been like up to like speed as well. He mustn't have been with how long he was out for.
Man,
and
he was
stuff.
he was assisting and everything for
He was
them.
absolute
That's what I'm
ball.
saying.
Passes.
That's what I'm saying.
Unreal.
Shit hot, mate. Shit
Nah,
hot.
fair play to him.
I've got a stat here. I don't
Go on
know,
then.
It's totally pointless, but Burnley scored 34 this season. Brentford 48.
Yeah, so Brentford,
Plays Josh Hand, and then
14 more goals.
Burnley conceded 53. Brentford conceded 56.
Yeah, it's probably about what I'd expect. I'd expect Burnley to be a bit tighter at the back.
Got dicked a few times.
Yeah, but like Burnley only. We're kind of staying on this point, but Like Burnley are only taking points off you like if they can keep it tight till a certain point in the
They're
game.
not outplaying,
Whereas,
they're
like,
not outplaying you or-
Whereas like Brentford will make you draw 3-3.
Yeah, like they do with us.
Yeah, like Brentford will make you draw 3-3. They'll beat
Yeah, they're not
what they beat
shy
Chelsea
coming out with
5-1.
Yeah.
Burnley ain't beating Chelsea 5-1. They might beat Chelsea, but they're
They've got
never going to
quality
beat them
that-
5-1.
Brentford have got
International
quality,
was
don't they? They have
Yeah.
quality, don't they? They'd have a good amount of quality, I think.
I would hope. I haven't Tony into shit.
You're not a fan?
I just didn't do it. I mean, I had him in my team for the whole season. In fact, he didn't do anything. Like, it just wasn't
Cannon's
enough.
biggest gripe in the
No,
fight.
honestly,
instead of him not getting points, do you like watching
He's good for the
football and
team.
the way he affects the game?
100%. No, I know. He affects the game massively for them.
He affects your mid.
He does, mate. He does.
12 goals. I haven't Tony. One more than
12 goals, so one more than Riley
one more than
Watkins.
Ally Watkins.
Who surprised you guys the most this season? It could be a team, it could be a manager, it could have been could just be a player. Everyone can kind of pick one different. I don't know who wants to start, but
you know who surprised me most to be fair is Ronaldo. I didn't think Ronaldo would do one as well as what he did. I know obviously he's class, don't get me wrong, but like getting on a wee bit, came back to United. But considering how poor that United side were in the end of the season, for him to get like 20 goals is
Huge.
fucking good going at like
that's in
37
the league
years
too.
old.
So plus
yeah,
the
yeah.
champion, yeah.
So
plus-
like I would say he not that I ever doubted that. Like if you said to me August last year who will get more goals, Ronaldo or Lukaku, I would have put 100 quid on Lukaku, no problem. Like, no
Yeah, we
problem.
were all raving about Lukaku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Ronaldo scores against the wee teams and scores in games that don't matter.
Ooh.
Don't know.
We could
I
have
mean,
a
he was
Ronaldo. We could talk forever.
He was
about
unreal
Ronaldo.
that day against Spurs. He got
Yeah.
a double.
Matthew. It could be a team,
I
a
want-
player.
I want to
coach.
go. I watched a lot of Palace this season.
Don't say Ben
Gallagher.
Mateta.
No,
What?
Mateta.
I'll give you
No, I'm
Gallagher.
talking about it in general.
Palace in
like-
general. How
Oh.
Vieira's done.
Like,
it.
see,
Yeah.
like, it's amazing if. So obviously Palace in terms of like the stadium, the fans, and that, like, Vieira just made it
Always
such
playing
a
on Monday
hard
night.
place to go
Yeah,
because
fucking brilliant.
what?
They always seem to be on a Monday night, but carry on.
Yeah, they do.
Always
don't
on a Monday night.
They
South
do.
Park, yeah.
That's so weird.
Part of
actually.
Sky's package.
Yeah, it must
broadcast.
be. Just like I just think what Vieira done there, like, just like after Hodgson was there for a week for a
Yeah,
while,
I
like,
agree.
just like someone coming in and playing it, just like bringing in players like Gallagher is exciting to watch,
Oh,
and the
young,
crowd get
exciting
behind
player.
it. Like, I thought they were excellent, man. You got players like Zaha, like you know what I mean? Like I think he's doing something quite special there. To be honest, I think he's done like.
Yeah, I think he's
Fell
done a
off
good job.
towards it, quite inconsistent, but it's really tough, isn't
But
it?
I think they'd hit the point where like they'd had the season. There wasn't really anything else to do.
do-
They had the FA Cup semi-final, and that was kind of it.
Do Palace keep Gallagher? Like, he's on loan, right?
He's on loan. I think it's obviously just for the year, so he will go back to Chelsea. But I don't
Does
know
he
if
get? Does he stay and get a game at Chelsea?
No,
I think honestly, if I'm him, he's probably, no offense to Chris Palace, but I think he's looking a little higher up if he does go.
If he's really enjoying his football
Team
there and he's
Liverpool.
playing well though, and like you know what I
Also still
mean.
London as well.
I'll
was
take him
about
at
to say,
Liverpool.
How weird, like going
Yeah, I would take him at Liverpool.
Vieira's rotations with Edward, Mateta, and Benteke. You know, like how unpredictable
No,
was it?
Jordan Ayew got a few games in there.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like Edward at one point was bottom of the pile, and out of nowhere came Mateta,
He
and,
scored in his
and
debut.
he
and
just started
Edward
scoring,
came
innit?
flying, didn't
He just started
To
scoring.
be fair,
yeah.
that we watched was it Liverpool Palace game and that
Yeah.
big Mateta. I think if he plays 60, he needs a fortnight off. Honestly, 60 minutes and he was fucking toiling. And then the following week he played like 25.
Mad.
Gallagher
I like
and
Palace.
that Olise for me is a player.
Yeah,
Player.
you like him.
Fire emoji.
I like him. Trust me. Keep an eye on him for next season.
Scotty,
Yeah, I said that
player,
this season,
coach,
but-
manager. You can even venture into the SPL if you want, mate.
Nothing surprised me. Football knowledge is superb. I called that week. Leeds probably surprised me a little bit. I thought they were going to do
In a
I
bad
did-
way.
In a bad. I thought
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
I thought they were going to be a lot better.
Okay.
Like just at the start of the season, I thought they built on from what they did last year. Then team played by injuries, but I didn't see them scraping. Even like towards the end of the season, I just didn't see them scraping. I thought they were going to win enough games to comfortably cruise it.
Be interesting to see
But,
how they're gonna do.
Yeah,
No idea.
I
Like
do like
no
that much. He
idea.
seems like a pretty decent bloke.
Seems
Really
like a really honest guy, but
Yeah.
like can he get Leeds playing football in the Premier League?
and
Like, it's
with
quite
he
an
seems like
interesting
a similar
one.
style to Bielsa. It's not like a totally drastic,
Mm.
but then you're going to get some players that fit him. But
that-
they've got a few players that are bad.
I'm looking forward to how that
That-
progresses.
Calvin
that-
Phillips might be going as well.
Yeah, in terms of that must be I reckon that will be the hardest job he has ever in his career is to come in after a Bielsa team
That
and the way that Leeds are playing to then come in halfway through a season and to try and change those habits. do you have any idea like how much that will those habits every day in training and every game
You see somebody else's training sessions.
for how long? Like the man marking, like it'll be so complex to then come in and to be like to them, like like it was really interesting how him talking in his interview, and it was something like he was talking about like instead of man marking, like staying in your zone. He's like, I can see players just still do it, and he's like, I don't want them doing it.
When he's trying to coach it out, then
when he's trying to like in the games, he's like saying to him like it's like instead of marking the man, he's like, you need to it's like almost like zonal, like and I mean typically like what most like styles do, but obviously it's a bit different. But he was basically saying like how he's like, I can see these players, like he's like it's just natural to them, like they can't help themselves, like they just want to do it, like the centre back, like the ball will get played like backwards, like they're right back or something, and they all just like and he's like
testament to Bielsa's.
He's like they need to they need to chill. But imagine that as a job though, coming in to try and change that. You're saying fucking Jared needs time to try and get like make heat, like that is hard.
Where did they get him from again?
He came from
somewhere in Germany.
No, he was at
Salzburg.
I was going to say
Salzburg.
That's not in Germany. That's
Austria.
it's Austria, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Austria. That's what
He
I'm
was
saying,
in America as well. Was he not in America? Did they not get him from the Red Bulls?
Well, it's Red Bull
Season.
Salzburg.
Nah, he didn't come from the MLS.
No.
He was doing really well.
Double check on that, Scotty.
He was doing really well with
I'll-
someone.
We got
Scott's like
Are we?
the
You're
guy
Jamie.
that- on Rogan that just checks things.
Scott. Scott, check that. Scott, bring that shit up.
Welcome to
Who did
Stephen
Jesse
Hawking
March
over
come
there.
That's like a chair.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, go on, put that up.
Jesse Marsh.
Jesse March. I think
I'm
they
pretty
got him from
confident in
Red Bulls.
Salzburg. I could be so
I think it
wrong.
was
I could be so wrong.
He's got a kid called Maddox. Madux.
Maddox. Hey, Maddox.
Porn star in waiting.
I'm
Well, get on that
most
big
interested
mark.
to see how they do. I'm most interested.
Yeah,
to see
I'm
how
intrigued
they
to see how that progresses.
Does Rafinha stay? Does he not?
He's going to Barca.
Is he definitely going?
God.
I want him to stay in the Premier League.
I think he's
fucking
handed in-
love Rafinha.
He said he wants to leave, right? And I think they're probably going to accept that. They're not going to keep him.
He's coached it. Teams manage. Red Bull Salzburg. So New York Red Bulls, then Red Bull Salzburg, then Red Bull Leipzig, now Leeds United.
Yeah, like
Was that
so he
Leipzig?
was at
He
Leipzig,
started-
yeah.
He done well with him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I
He
will
was
say
a
though,
Red Bull.
I watched a game with him, and it was maybe kind of towards the end, and it's when I don't know if who was it against. He basically played it was when someone got sent off.
It was Arsenal. They
Yeah.
played.
A back five. They played a back five.
Rafinha was fucking left back or something. Right
Right
back.
wing
Rafinha, he
back.
played
Right wing back.
Rafinha as a right wing
And
back.
by the way, all Rafinha was clearly told to do was take a touch inside and not even look and just kick it towards the middle because that's all he did every time. he
Yeah,
got
we
the ball.
watched that game.
no,
Yeah, I was
doing
like-
that because he's not like he was literally getting him to play as a right wing back and then
Chelsea
having
ping
to
it.
drop back and
Chelsea
defend,
as well, they did
mate.
it too, wasn't it?
Like,
Yeah.
Chelsea think he
not
got
at
sent
all.
off.
Yeah, they did against Chelsea.
Oh,
Daniel James got sent
Yeah.
off. and he
I'm
did
gonna
the same
go-
against-
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a lot I could pick, but I am going to give an honourable. This is not my pick, but I'm going to give an honourable mention to Graham Potter at Brighton because I think they've actually done quite well this year, and I think they were decent in some games. They took points off Liverpool. They took battered United.
The fact that
draw
we never
with
talk about
City?
Bright is probably a good thing.
Huh?
That's testament to him that we probably never mentioned.
Exactly,
He's
the
never
fact that they
denied
just
it.
floated around. Mate, at the end of the day, that's progression for them. Like you can say that's boring, but that's progression. But honestly, in terms of little situations that happened this season, the person I'm most impressed with, and I know they lost out on 4th spot, which is huge. So we'll see how it goes. But Arteta, I thought, and Arsenal in general, I think the fact that they backed him by getting rid of Aubameyang, and you can. I've seen loads of arguments on Sky and stuff. It's like, well, Aubameyang scored like 15 goals, and he's gone. It's like, look, he had to go. Like
Yeah.
he was obvious. There was, regardless of if even if Arteta was maybe like being a dick or whatever. Let's just say Arteta's being a dick and being a bit harsh. But at the end of the day, if the manager doesn't want you there and you're not working together, you have to go. And and Arsenal have backed the player for too long, which Man United have been doing for too long.
Yeah.
And they backed the manager. So I think Arteta, I think that's a big loss to them on the last day, not getting 4th. But
you need to have like balls when you come as a manager. If you look
Of
at
course
City
you do.
getting Guardiola getting rid of Joe Hart, we got rid of Benteke. We got, I think, someone else. Like you need to come and do it. He 100% had to get rid of.
But
him,
when
yeah.
it's just when he
100%,
does, it's when he does his interviews and how he is on the pitch. Like he's got a presence. He's got like a personality. He's got a bit of a dick to him. Like when you play Arsenal, you almost get a bit annoyed. Like they're quite dicks. Like they're soft, but they're nasty at the same time. Like he's instilled a lot in them that I think's good. And yeah, they really Champions League's a big boost for any team. But at the end of the day, he's been bettered by a manager who technically is literally wins leagues everywhere he goes.
He's got a very young squad there.
Yeah, so
he's got such a small squad.
I know they could really struggle without Europa League, but for this season, I'll give Arteta credit because
at the start of the season, he wasn't looking good for him.
No, it wasn't.
Look out Tottenham next season, I reckon.
Under Conte with the Champions League,
Shout, mate. Shout. I'm a bit
Kane
concerned.
and Son stay. Do you think both? Well, Son's already signed a deal. I think Kane stays now. I think that's done.
They'll give the Champions League a shout.
Let's finish off with the Haaland to City.
I don't really know what to make of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm assuming it's going to be a class signing, but like I genuinely, he's one of those players that like. I'll be honest, I just see like the YouTube highlight reel. I don't know what he's actually like in terms of like.
I've got one opinion on Haaland. He shat it in both legs against Glasgow Rangers. He's not going to turn up against Liverpool. He's not going to turn up against Man United. He's not going to turn up against Chelsea.
That was a come up.
He's a fucking bear.
Big boy.
Got a feeling he could be a wee bit of like always going to be caught in the papers and the press and that type guy. And might
really.
Yeah, I mean that's maybe a fucking
I don't think
rash,
Pep,
harsh judgment.
I don't think Pep would allow. I just don't think Pep allows that.
That's maybe a bit of a rash. What, like Grealish?
I'm just hoping.
And Foden fucking shagging birds in the back of the fucking hotel, mate.
It's one of those where it's almost seems.
He's German. He's never been in a nightclub in his life.
He got videoed in a nightclub in a Dortmund tracksuit after his last day of the season. Oh,
Alan's also
tells you
he's also from Norway.
You have to remember with like this, like when like they come a superstar at his age, like he has.
He's definitely not been in a nightclub in Norway.
That's insane.
But also I agree. Like that's going to play a part because his profile's going to go up even more in a league with more eyes on it. Honestly, my only hope is that it seems so perfect that it could go wrong.
There's a lot of pressure for young. How old is he? 21.
Yeah. It seems so perfect that you hope it could go wrong. But at the end of the day, this is a debate for another day. But like, listen to it with the overlap, and they were talking about like Neville's complimenting Liverpool's business and stuff. And like, you really think about it, Liverpool are sounding like Fabio Carvalho from Fulham, like. The way we go about things is just in a not that I'm like unhappy with that or whatnot, but it's just interesting to see it.
If there was a manager to come in and be under, it'd be Guardiola. Who's he playing instead of? What's Guardiola?
They've not even played with a striker.
He'll play down the middle. Jesus is off, right? So.
Jesus to Arsenal. What a signing!
Makes sense as well. It's a good signing.
They need if I was Arsenal, I would pay fucking money for Jesus, mate.
What else would they use?
Bitcoin
of money.
Mate, there's going to be a Bitcoin signing at some point.
Is Haaland going straight in your fantasy team this year? First week of the season.
I mean, everyone's going to do it, so you have to do it because if he gets off their start, then you're fucked.
Basically, Tom this year without Mohamed Salah. Enjoy Mackie's
literally that. Yeah, you need to do because everyone's going to do it.
Okay. Anything else we want to say? It's 2:45, so we need to finish up.
Wins the league next year.
City, but Liverpool win the Champions League on Saturday night. That's all that matters. Actually,
Right.
Can we just quickly discuss the fact that Matthew had a Real Madrid strip on?
Oh yeah,
Saturday?
you had a Real Madrid strip on. Fucking bastard.
What the fuck's that all about?
Absolute shambles. Right, that'll do us, boys. Cheers again. Thank you.
Cheers.